I just want to start you with small thing. Yesterday, Brother Hussam, most of the time you're not getting the teacher Skype ID and other things, right?
Right, right, right.
Yeah, actually, I forgot. We were at the month end. Actually, we were at the month end. So when you are in month end, this you will see this issue because yeah, that we need to handle that scenario. Yeah, we will discuss it inshallah. When it is month end, if you for example yesterday you were on the day Monday yesterday, right? You were on whatever Monday or Sunday, whatever that is. So basically, when you are in the month end, if you schedule any day before that day, basically there is no weekday matching for that month. So basically we were showing the first time slots teacher we are showing. That is why it was actually empty most of the time. But now we have fixed it. The amount was zero. I explained yesterday in the meeting. But the
Yeah.
teacher name was also empty because of this same reason. Same reason it was also empty. So now we actually put some fix for that so that even if the first week slot is comes it does not occur in the month, but we can look at the next immediately available time slot and then show the teacher. Okay, please continue.
Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inshallah, for tonight's meeting, Akhi, we want to talk about the schedule a little bit. And
Okay.
we encountered some problems and we want to understand how the schedule is built.
Right,
So
okay.
once, if there are any, as you called them yesterday, showstoppers for the schedule,
Right.
what we would want to do is we do want to request those fixes.
Yes, yes, immediately. Yes, yes, of course, of course.
Yeah, so that we can do a variety of tests, different scenarios and all that.
Exactly.
Because
Absolutely.
unfortunately, because of the constraints that were there, so we couldn't really do end-to-end testing properly. We wanted to do this, inshallah, obviously as soon as possible. But that's why we wanted first. So instead of so today, I wanted to kind of change it up a little bit. Because there was some confusion about scheduling, the teacher, how they create the schedule and all that issues. So I wanted you to kind of show on your screen and explain to us what's the current process, what's the logic behind. And
Okay,
how
fine, no
would you
problem. No issue at all. Okay.
We understand, and inshallah, if you have any question, then we ask the questions. If there is any fixes need to be done, then we discuss that, inshallah. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course, no problem at all. Do you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Let me know if you can see my screen. So basically, I just launched my local application. I'm not using CNC test now. I'm using local. You want me to use the CNC test? I can use it.
Yeah,
So using better. Okay. So you will prefer that CNC test, right? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, the CNC test we have not put some fixes like yesterday. You had this month end fix, which we fixed it. Now it's in my local. It's not installed yet on the CNC test. So you were still going to see some issues in CNC tests like this teacher name and Skype ID not coming. That you will going to see.
Well,
So basically, because we are at the month end, we cannot do much. That's currently the status right now with the CNC test because we have not handling the month end properly. That's the status. That is why, in my opinion, Hussam was having a lot of issues, a lot of showstoppers because of this month end. We were not handling it. So one thing I want to let you or the testing team to let you know is this application, this enrollment is highly date sensitive, date and weekday and schedule sensitive. So whoever testing it, let them test very good on the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and end of the month, and the weekdays, all that, so that they have to keep a sense of what day they are in, and are they close to the month end, weekend, those kind of thing. Before the is their current days before the day scheduling, before or after, they have to have that sense. That will so as if we did not test on month end, so we had this issues yesterday. That's my thing. Okay, I can go to CNC test, but I don't think you're going to see.
So what we wanted to see was, on the admin panel, not the scheduling here, but the admin panel.
Yeah, admin panel. Yeah. Okay.
Calendar where we're making the schedule. That's what That's where we wanted to see today.
Okay. Let's then go to let's go to the CNC test.
And then, inshallah, you can push the fixes that we discussed.
Yeah. We're going to do it. We're going to, actually, we fixed most of them yesterday. Whatever you guys showed, most of them we has been fixed. We were testing it, and we will install it today sometime, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah. We also want to do like that. We also want to deliver it as soon as possible. All the showstoppers, we understand. Showstopper means you cannot continue. That means the stop of everything. So we understand that, and we don't want to leave you in that situation.
Jazakallah khair. Really appreciate it.
Yes, please. You can also contact me in WhatsApp anytime you want. It doesn't matter what time of the day. If there is anything we could do to help you, we will do it. Sure.
Jazakallah khair. Appreciate it.
Although we are not in production, we consider it like production because of we don't want a team to just waiting for us because we are like too far of a distance. It should not be an excuse. We'll try our best. That's what I can tell from this side. Okay, I'm logging in as an admin.
Assalamualaikum, Faisal, can you hear us? I think today he's having issues with,
Yeah, possible. Dubai is a special place. Especially for communication. If you want to cut out of the entire world, you can live in Dubai. It's a good place.
Did you see what's happening in Saudi Arabia with all those new cities and places coming up?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I logged in. Let me go to the teacher.
So, quick, what I would prefer is if we can go create a teacher.
Okay.
Just kind of walk through that because
sure, of course, we can do that. Yes, sure, no problem. Sure, let's do that.
Is that okay, Hussam?
Yeah, sounds good, bro.
I'm afraid my connection will be a little bit slow.
Yeah, any idea why this is slow? Like, do you need to change hosting?
Here, the problem is the internet. Internet is not consistent. See, right now,
we have the same.
I have exhausted my bandwidth. I mean, whatever they give me 140 GB per month. It's got exhausted because it's my home. I have exhausted it. So now I'm using my phone internet through my phone. So that is why it's kind of slow through my phone.
No, but this server is also slow for us, Akhi, and here in Canada.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're talking about this CNC test is slow. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, that we can work on that. We can work on that. We need to work with the brother. What is it? What is the name? Shoaib, right? What is his name?
Shakil.
Shakil, brother Shakil. And also, we can also see if there is any performance issue from our side. Yeah, we can work on it, inshallah. Okay, and then I just want to let you know, just on the side note, brother Hussam, you have seen some performance issue. Yesterday, I discussed with our developer, and it will be more beneficial if we have a meeting with our front-end developer, you, me, and whoever from your side. Then V3 I just mentioned. Whoever want to join from your side, you can join. But actually, at least Hussam and myself and the front-end developer should be there. So we want to see those issues. He want to see it for himself, and he can explain few things, and we can also understand this kind of performance issue which you are showing yesterday. That while loading the page, it's doing unnecessary calls to the backend and a lot of loading and other things. So which I thought we can schedule a separate meeting for it and we can discuss that, inshallah.
Sounds good, brother. Inshallah. Let's do it.
Yes, please. Yeah, whatever day. It could be even tomorrow. No issue. Whatever day you're available, whatever day.
Inshallah, we could do it
after our Fajr. After our Fajr is fine. After our Fajr, whatever time after our Fajr, so that it will not be so night for you. Whatever time after our Fajr, inshallah, you can schedule.
Inshallah, let's aim for, I guess, my Wednesday night and your Thursday morning, inshallah, if that works.
Okay, inshallah. Should be okay, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And you can send
If
me a
anything changes,
time.
I'll update you.
Sorry. Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything
Sure.
changes at mine, I'll update you, inshallah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. So okay. Here I'm going to create a schedule. Let's find a name. I'm creating Muhammad Jamal. Hopefully there is no one by that name.
Make Muhammad
Sorry.
Rashid.
Muhammad what? Asim is it? Asim?
Rashid.
Rashid. Okay. Okay. Date of birth. What?
Let's say 1982,
Sorry. 19.
July 1st.
Okay.
It's helping you out.
Yeah. Fine. July. What did you say?
Any day, July 15th.
Okay. No problem. Any day.
So actually, one thing I noticed is all the fields here are mandatory.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes, which is right. Actually, it's a don't take me wrong, and on few things
Yeah.
we go strictly by your business rules. When we don't know, we just make it assume something
No,
and
no,
continue.
that's fine,
So
that's fine.
since
So
we did not had any mandatory fields mentioned there, we assumed everything is mandatory.
okay.
So you
My
can
question
put
is,
some note there for us.
yeah, my question is, so as admins, we can't uh, check what's mandatory or what's not mandatory, right? It's
Yeah.
something we have to do from the back end. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. Yes, of course. No, no. Say again. Say again. What's the say again?
Like
Sorry.
for
Say again.
example, me as an admin here, I can't
Yeah.
select which one is mandatory, which one.
No. You can't. Yes, you can't. Right now, you cannot. But if you want to support that functionality, we can also support that functionality. It's not that hard. If we want to give you that kind of customization, we can. We could allow you. But right now, you cannot. Right now, the backend determines it.
Maybe after we finish the project, inshallah, we can talk about that.
Okay. Right now, if you want us to make certain fields optional, we can do right now.
Okay.
Just like so, you just put a note for that.
Yeah.
Note for that. And at the end of the project or somewhere, whenever you guys want to, we can talk about the customization from the admin point of view. What level of customization we can give him.
Yeah.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, let's go to gender, selecting male, and putting my email will not be good because it will not allow. You can tell me some email address. Do you have anything?
Right, Muhammad@tanzil.org.
Like this? Like
Yeah.
this?
That's fine, yeah.
Muhammad at?
Tanzil.org.
Okay. So is it a valid email or is it an invalid email?
No, it doesn't matter. If it's an email, like I can have access to the email. But
Okay, very good. Okay. Sorry, okay, I'm putting Rashid123 password. Whatever, I'm just putting some random number. Don't worry about it. Time zone. What do you want to select? Or do you want Egypt or something else?
I should actually select Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay.
So Hussam, just a reminder, if you can look up some library that's a little bit better.
Actually, we have changed this completely. In my new release, you're going to see something different. Actually, we have to handle the DST, to handle the daylight saving.
Yeah.
This was not enough. This was not handling the daylight saving. So to handle the daylight saving, we went again one more iteration of this time zone thing, and we have changed this entire drop down is now changed. It is now different. Actually, it has like more cities and countries because for the DST, this is not right currently. What we have implemented for DST is not right.
Yeah.
So I did look at the what do you call time zone information. I pasted two links. They have a bit more human readable this thing. Like we can discuss the time zone issue later on, but and you've already changed it, so love to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I changed the back end of it, but the front the visually what the user can see actually that may still not be that pleasant. So if you have any good interface, any good links you have find where the visual interface is good.
I've sent two
please,
of them.
Please give it to me. Please send it to me.
Yeah, they're in the chat. I send them in the actually group chat. I think you might have seen it.
Okay, just to let you know, actually, I did not get your email from you. You said you will send some email.
Right, let me send that too, and let me send this too.
Yeah. Yesterday, right? Some kind of stack trace, right? Some kind of stack trace, something you have.
I was going to send the raw response for adding. But it could be that I was looking at the student instead of student rep, so that's why I didn't send it, because later on you might that you're looking at student instead of student rep. So
no issue. Yeah, okay.
I'll send
whatever.
you this information.
No problem. Okay, I'm just putting some temporary address over here. Date of joining, just put something. Okay, something like this. If there is anything, let me know if.
That's fine.
This are optional or not? This brief bio, I don't know. If it's optional.
Yeah, it should be optional. But anyway, like inshallah, I will send you a list of what's optional, what's not optional.
Okay, inshallah. Let me just skip and see what happens.
Yeah, when you skip it, it doesn't. You can submit it.
Yeah. You cannot submit. Yeah, so then I have to put the values there. Okay, I'm going to hit the submit button. So when it is saving, you should remember that it is also creating a calendar in the Google, just to let you know. So sometime it will take a little bit longer. Sometime it might even fail if the Google is not up. For some reason, the Google server, it cannot reach the Google, just to let you know. So basically, we are also creating a calendar for this teacher in the Google also at the same time. And all our events also we are actually creating into the Google, but it's still, we don't have a Google interface, so it's not visible. But if you go separately into the Google, you will see all that. Okay, whatever. So I'm done with this teacher save. I will go and age group specialty. Is there anything specific you want, or I can put anything?
It's a make him specialized in children.
Children, okay, fine. This two is enough. These two, you call them children, or only 6 to 12?
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry?
That's
good. Okay.
Yeah. So for image,
yeah, image we have not uploaded the image yet. Yes, you're right.
I have an
image. Let's see. Yeah, I also have something over here, something temporary. If you is okay, or something specific, give it to me. If there is any specific,
I just gave you a link on the chat.
Oh, okay. Let me switch to that. Tanveer, okay. The last link you said, the PNG. Yeah, I see the PNG. Wow, mashallah.
It's a hipster look. Okay, that's not me, but sure. It looks like this.
Just to have some fun while we're working, right?
Yeah. Why not?
What is this? I don't see it. There's another tissue. Yeah, it's coming. Okay, so we have the picture here, and brother, what is Hussam? We are storing these images separately in the in the web server and not on the database. On the database, we are putting only the link of the picture only. It will be saved on the database, but the actual picture itself and all the documents and everything, I can show you real quick. Will not take time. So that you should have an idea. Since we will be giving back to this application to you at some point of time, you should have an idea what we are doing. So if you want to comment at this point, you can comment. So here you see there's a folder called Tanzil Docs. So under Tomcat, at the same level where we deploy the Tanzil application, at the same level, we create a folder called Tanzil Docs. And there is a reason why we are doing all this. I'll explain it to you. But what I'm trying to say is, we create actually folders here with the domain name like this, actually like we have the student and teacher, and under teacher with the generated ID of the teacher, we actually store the picture of the teacher over here, like this. And all other documents also, whatever documents, kind of related documents for the student and teacher, everything will be stored under the folder called the Tanzil Docs. and their links will be stored in the database, and the link to this will be stored in the database. So the database, so from the database we can retrieve the link and do whatever we want to display or download whatever,
Okay.
email,
So
whatever.
on that, I have a question. So this
Yes,
image
please go ahead. Go ahead.
saved. Can you show me where this image got saved?
Yeah. This is similar. If you want to show, I need to go to server. I need to go to the server.
This is not your machine. Okay. So what's the name of the machine? What is the name of the image? What name do you choose for the image?
Yeah, whatever name I choose is the same name you will see. I chose the name Tanvir looks like this. Tanvir looks like this. Is the image I chose.
Oh,
so if I go to the if you allow me, I can go to the server and show it to you. It's not a problem.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying that if you choose another image with the same name, then you know the older image will still be cached on the client side. It won't fetch it unless.
Okay, sorry. Say again.
This is a very minor issue. All I'm saying is that I've had personally like I'll have issues when this is how I've done things. It's just that one issue I've run across is that if I change my image, let's say I change and I choose a different image, and the image that I choose has the exact same name as the older image.
Yeah.
Then since the link is the same, the client's machine will not get the new image because he has it cached. It's optimized.
True. Actually. So what is the answer? So we need to generate a name and generate a name, and so that's what you're saying.
Or just add a timestamp at the end of the image.
Okay. So let's we'll note down that, inshallah. I'll note. Okay. Okay, inshallah. Very good. Would you like to the group? Good. Alhamdulillah. So let's continue. So teaching area specialty, I'm going over there.
Akhi, by the way, I commented on the sprint related to this about teaching area specialty and the things. So
True.
on Jira.
Yeah, actually, on the next install you'll see it. Yeah, on the next install you'll see it. Actually, I know what you're talking about. You have made some kind of minor changes to the title, right? To the title of this teaching specialty. Yeah, which we have done some changes. Yeah, you'll see it in the next release. Okay, inshallah. Yes, that's good. You remembered. So okay. So what do you want me to select? Can I put something tajweed, basic tafsir, something like that? What do you want me to pick? Anything you have in mind? Hello.
Sorry.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So actually, for the teacher side, everything is the same. It's just the student side. The option to change the options.
Again. Sorry.
So from the teacher side, the options are pretty much the same.
Okay.
Let me just go to 160.
My question is it okay what I selected just now? I have selected tajweed.
Yeah, that's
that's okay, right? Okay, let me save and move on. Now, course availability, we did not do anything. We don't need to worry about it. We're not using it currently. Currently, we are not using it. This also you can comment later on. We're not currently looking at this at all. Languages also, we're not looking at it at all. We're not using it in the matching process. We're not using both this course availability and language. Both of this, we're not using it currently in our matching criteria.
Yeah.
So it's completely ignored right now. These two are ignored. Later on, you can comment on how to use this. Okay. So we're done pretty much on the teacher. Let's go to the scheduling part, right?
Yes.
So I just want to go to the all teachers and then see if it's visible, this teacher. Then I'll go to the scheduling from there. I click mail teachers.
By the way, I commented on this on my test. I see like an empty spot here, for example.
Yeah. Actually, what is happening is this Metronics template we are using. Yeah. It is using a particular size. Actually, it is using a particular size. If I'm not remember, I can give you that size. Actually, I can send you that particular size. If all the images are of exactly of that size, it is so it is aligning it properly. So it's aligning it properly exactly. If the sizes are not the same, it is doing something like it's making some images bigger or smaller.
Okay.
To make the resolution better, to make them look better on the screen. So because of that, you see here, Ilal Phillips is kind of much taller, tall image compared to the Jim Jones. Jim
Yeah.
Jones is kind of shorter. You see here, shorter, and you see like that. Actually, you see some images are taller, some are shorter, some are shorter. Because we are not enforcing the image size when we upload. We are not enforcing. We are just letting any image size to be uploaded.
Mm.
So one thing we had to do, we can to fix this issue. We can do couple of things. One, if we see, actually we have the ability to fix a size. If we fix a size like the width and height of the image, then
Yeah.
the image may not look good. The image will look very bad. It may not look good. But that will take care of the issue of the alignment issue. It will take care. Means all the images will be in a grid, will be the properly on a grid. If we hard code the size of the image, if you say like whatever that size, right, like 200 by 100 to 200 by 150, if we hard code a size, then the image grid will be fine, but it will create issues in the responsiveness. It will create issues, and it will also make the image not look good. Okay, number one. Or if we follow the method of Metronics, where they are giving a particular size, if we use that same size, if we enforce that size, then the issue will be resolved. So you tell me what to do, and you tell me
Oh,
how can we,
I think easiest solution for now
yeah,
is
please tell me.
for for us to know the size of the image that Medtronic enforces,
Yeah, yeah,
and
we can give it to you.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then
yes,
we'll
yes.
do that. And then I know previously we spoke about an image editor, like a basic image editor being there.
Yes, correct. Yeah, we said later on we'll look into it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, basically, Mohammed Khasmani was giving this
Like how
suggestion.
LinkedIn allows you to. Yeah.
Cropping, and all. He was giving some suggestion. Yeah, cropping and all. We can we can try it later, inshallah. But right now, if you want, let me email you the size of the image, and if you approve on it, we can even enforce that image size. We will accept only that image size. We will not accept any other image. So that will fix this issue.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. So let me go to the scheduling part of the Rashid. Clicking on schedule. On the scheduling, okay, now I'm in the scheduling. Now I'm in the month of October. So now I have pretty much option to go to any month, and any month before, or actually before any month, actually from current into the past, I have option, and go and create a weekly schedule. And actually, we have also implemented that. I told you in the last like 2-3 meetings before. We are also overriding now. Overriding. Let show it to you that part. So you should know it. So basically, I have clicked the October 2nd, and which is Monday, I think. Okay, and I'm actually putting something like 10 to 12 just for testing purpose. I'm showing it to you. And I say weekly and click the save button. So what I was saying is, so see now it has created it. Yeah, it's not doing an auto refresh, although I supposed to do auto refresh. Sorry for that. I thought that's been taken care of. It's not taken care. Oh, okay. It's not creating any time slots. I don't know why is that. Should I was supposed to see that? Ah, okay. Because it's like already passed. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's already passed. Maybe that's why I think.
So try for next month. Try for
They
November.
should. They should actually create. One minute.
Huh? Yes.
I refresh it. It's taking time.
G.
So I was expecting to see the time slots there, but I did not see that. Made me.
No, Muhammad Rashid.
Sorry, I think I picked the wrong one. Muhab, I picked Muhab.
Rashid.
Yeah, I understand. I need to click the link again. So I'm just waiting for the hourglass to go away. It's not allowing me to click now. Yeah, actually, it has not. It's not showing the time start. So I need to check the logic. Okay, let's use some kind of future date. Let's take today or the future dates. Let's go to the next month. So probably is I need to check the logic. I don't know what is it. Maybe probably is not doing for the past. I don't know. Yeah, see now it's doing it. Okay. Yeah, actually it is not showing for the past because in the past there is nothing going to happen in the past. So I think it's not doing anything on the past. So it's doing only for the future. So actually for the last month, let's go to last month, October. It has not generated any time slots. You see this? So if this logic is okay with you, let us know. So basically, since you cannot schedule anything, since you're creating now, and you cannot schedule anything in the past for the past, and there will be no historical data, so it has not generated any time slot basically. Sorry, say again.
Why is it showing something for October 2nd?
Why, no, nothing is showing. It is not showing anything. So basically, okay, whatever data you create, that will be there available for you to edit it. So this is the data you created. So you can click and edit if you want to. Say I can go and change it to 4 p.m. now. I can go and edit this data. So it is there for me to edit. The other time slots which we are generating, you cannot edit it. I'll show it to you. So now I can do an update. Okay. If I go to the month November, see now there is no time slots over here. If you go to the November now, you will see now time slots for that period now. See this time slots now changed 10 to 4 p.m. right? So basically this I cannot edit. This I cannot edit. This I cannot click and edit this. I cannot edit this. These are like generated time slots which do not exist on the database, which exists only in the memory right now. Because it's just showing these are according to what you created on October 2nd, according to the last previous current schedule for Monday. These are the available slots for the teacher. And if there is any student enrolls on this time slot, then it will create physical time slots on the database, and it will also show the student's name on those time slots as taken. And it will also change the color. Red or whatever. So now what I was, yes, please tell me, ask me anything.
So if I wanted to delete some of, let's say I wanted to delete 2 p.m. only, how would I?
Yeah, you can say what to say. Okay, let me tell you now. So that's what I was explaining, that based on your previous feedback, we have implemented something. So now, if you want to check, basically on October 2nd, this teacher, Muhammad Rashid, has said that here is his availability is every week, Monday, 10 to 4 p.m. This is what he said. But later on November, he is actually changing his mind, whatever happens at his family or his schedule, he want to change his schedule. Whatever date we can pick, let's say this November 13 onwards, he want to change his schedule to something else. So he can click November 13 and he can change the schedule to whatever he want now. Let's say whatever you can tell me whatever you want to tell. So he can actually shorten his schedule or he can increase his schedule. Whatever he can do it.
Well, let's say, so if I wanted to just take off, let's say 1 hour from
that. Yeah, 1 hour if you want to take off, what you can do is, so which hour you want to take it off? Which hour you want to take it off?
3 p.m. Sorry, 2
p.m. right? So what I will do is, I will schedule him until 2 p.m. Okay, I will say he's available only until 2 p.m. Then I will create one more from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I will create one more. I don't think the unavailable is not, I don't think it's working unavailable. I think I would safely create like this. So 10 to 2 p.m. So now I have actually overridden his schedule for the month of November starting 13th. See now on the 13th, so now it's changed now. See until 6th to until the 12th. So until that the week of 6th, you see that it's giving me 10 to 4 p.m. It is showing me. And from 13th it's changed to 10 to 1, which is 2 actually. Now since you say he's not available on 2 p.m. So I'm going to create one more for him from 3 to 4 p.m. Sorry, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I'm going to create one more.
But actually, so here is the issue if we do that.
Yeah, tell me.
For example, let's say we only want to take off his 2 p.m. slot, but 3 p.m. he has a student, right? So if we
That's
update it, that means that student is going to get deleted from that slot.
Yeah, wait. As that, remember you these issues we talked on the last meeting, and you are supposed to give us some business logic. What should happen, and we did not get it. So we have implemented what made sense at that time. Like what was the issue, we have fixed it. Like in the last meeting, you are not able to do this. What I just done, we have done, and you are not able to override the previous schedule was not getting overridden. Now we have implemented that you can override to whatever you want. See, now from the week of 13, a new schedule starts. He is available only from 10 to 2 p.m. and from 3 to 4. He's available only on this. And the previous schedule, sorry, 2 p.m. is not available from 2 p.m. Yeah, to answer your question, we have not implemented that. If this affects a actual physical student slot, which he has already enrolled, you said you will send us some business logic, what to do on that, what to do with that student. But the discussion?
Hold on. I thought I had written this in some of the.
Yeah, you can point me to that. You can point me to that wherever you are written. So we will be glad to implement it right now. We have no issue.
Yeah, like because I remember I had written it, and we had that discussion, and I had written. That's what I remember.
Yeah, if you can able to help me recall where it is. You can share the screen and show it to me, or
I have to find out the.
yeah, fine. You can find that out and then email it to me later on, inshallah. So if we can know from you what should happen if the schedule is getting changed and there is a student has enrolled on one of the time slot which is getting affected. You said, remember I asked this question, you said how you are handling this and that. You said we will manually email the student and get to know his time schedule, then we carefully change the schedule so it will not affect any student, something like that you said. So I don't know, whatever. So but you can send us send it out an email to me with the correct with the new business logic or whatever. If it's already there, just send it to me, inshallah we'll do it.
Okay.
Right now we are not doing anything. Right now we are not handling that situation. Right now we are only allowing you to override. You can at any point of time, even now, actually the next week I can override, or the next month I can go and override. I'll show it if you want. I can go to the next month. It will just copy the same schedule, right? It will now show the second schedule, not the first schedule. The second schedule says he's available 10 to 2 and not available 2. He's available 3 to 4. Showing it, but I can override. I can come and say, no, he is available only from, let's say, whatever, right? 4 to 6, let's just put 4 to 6 p.m. Just to show it to you. Just to show it to you. I can do this and it will now override. He's overriding the schedule now. I click save button. And you can see now the schedule is changed. The schedule is changed to 4 to 6. And if you go the last month, it will be the same. The last month the schedule will be what we put for last month, which is this. And the week of 6 is not changed. It is still the same. The 2 p.m. Yeah, he has a slot. And week of 13 onwards, his schedule is changed. Right? You saw that. You see it. And on the next month, we have changed the schedule to be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So this we have implemented it. But what we have not implemented it, what to do when there is actual student enrolled, how to kick him off or how to move him to the new schedule, and what to do. Do we need to unenroll him? Do we need to email him? And what should we do with the payment? What he has already paid? How to adjust? All that we have not done.
How does that process work currently? How does it work currently?
So basically, what we wanted ideally is the ability to modify each hourly slot. If it's an hourly slot, for example, if it's that's the idea. That's why like you'll see like the 15-minute, 30-minute slot idea that we had is because let's say if the slots are hourly, we wanted to be able to edit, because sometimes what happens is it so happens that a teacher let's say they're working 4 hours before, so 8-hour shift, and then from a practical perspective, after 4 hours, they're like, you know what, I need an hour break. Can I work an hour later? Can I remove this hour and then work an hour later? So what happens is then we need to remove that hour, and then we need, if there are existing students, we need to transfer the students from that hour to another hour, for example, right? So that becomes a discussion with the student. And then we need to remove that hour, right? But then the hours after the teacher has, so let's say teacher works 9 to 5. He's like, you know what, 12 to 1, I need a break. Can I work 5 to 6 instead of 12 to 1? And then so there's a process that happens where the admin moves the student from 12 to 1 into another slot, right? And then, however, the students that are there from 1 to 4 or 1 to 5, they remain in their slots. They don't get removed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I guess that is the business logic, right? We just need to like send it now.
Yeah. So I'm going to.
But regardless of the case, we need to be able to. You're saying we need to be able to edit it
Hour
by hour.
Each hour.
And like currently, it seems like we need to go back to the original one to edit it, or no, we can edit any single one of them.
No. Currently, the way we have done it, you have to go to the original one. You have to go to the original one to modify.
We need to change. So once, brother Tanvi, you wanna?
If you want to change the same thing. So if you want to override, you can be in any place. If you want to override, you can be in any place. But if you want to edit the same thing, you need to go to that place which you have created. Correct? That's how we have done it. If you want to do it in a different way.
By override, you mean like, let's say it was 4 to 5. Like if I want to make it 3 to 5, I can override. But can I make Can I make it 3 to 2 and I want to get rid of 2 to 5 or no?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do in override. In override, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, so like that override
You can do whatever you want, but you cannot cancel. So, but if what I'm saying is, if you think what you have made a schedule over here on the November 4th, right? Whatever is it, November 4th? No, December 4th. December 4th. Whatever you have done on the December 4th, if this is wrong and if you want to modify it, edit it, you have to go to that slot. You have to go to that time and then edit it. Okay, but you cannot change that anywhere else. You cannot change this anywhere else. But if you want to override, any place you can override. Anywhere. You can just click anywhere.
When you say override, basically the net effect is we can keep adding to it. We can't remove anything from it, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, because if
you're also removing it. No. You're also removing it. Override means you were working for a particular from to date and time for the last month, and in the month of November you no longer available on those timings, and you want to change your time.
Okay, which
month?
Last
month the schedule is true. This month you have changed.
Which month are we in? Which month are we in?
And now I'm this calendar is showing December.
Okay, can you go to the next month?
I can go to next month. Yeah, I can go to next month. You will just copy the same schedule. If you go to next month, January, it will just copy the same schedule and show you.
Okay, so I want to override the schedule for now, and I want it to be just from 2 to 3.
Yeah, you can do it. Whatever day. For example, on the date 8th or 1st, when do you want to start? When do you want to start?
I want to start
first, right?
Yeah, I want to start at 2.
Yeah. What is the timing? Is it? What timing is it?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. till 2 p.m. till what?
4 p.m.
Okay, 2 p.m. to 4. Yeah, you can do that. 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Just say available and weekly done. Just hit the save button. You're done. There you can override like that. So now from January 1st onwards, your schedule has become like this now, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. So it's all become 2 p.m. from January 1st onwards till end, till perpetually, till end, till whenever you go to, it will all be 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. But the old data will not be lost. With the override, what you are getting, the advantage you are getting is the old data is not lost, which means the old scheduled starts or whatever you want to see, the historical data, historical schedules, you can still see them. It will maintain that. It will not delete them. You understand? See, you can still see the 4 p.m., 5 p.m. In the month of December, you can still see them. Right? In the month of December, you can still see them. In the month of January, you see what we put earlier. So it will not affect those. So that will gives you the flexibility. If in case you have some time slots, whatever this, it will retain that facts basically. So you can tell us this is how we have imagined. This is how we have done it. If this is not right and if it's not fitting your business purpose, you can tell us how we can make it easier or better for you.
Well, I think one thing. So now, if you go back to that, if you go back to
January, right? Okay. Now I'm in December. I'm going to January. Now I'm in January. Yes, tell me.
Right. So you notice that. So my previous schedule was 4 to 5 and 5 to 6, right?
Yeah.
So it's 2 to 3, and 3 to 4.
Yeah. Sorry.
So this is 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. So what
Yeah.
what has essentially happened is that I've deleted the older one and kept the new one. So if I have to make sure if I keep both of them, then I have to, the new time slot has to be 2 to 6 then, right?
Exactly. If you want to keep both, yes, all you have to go click this one and just put 6. You can put 6 here, and it will just change everything.
Right. Okay.
Well, you can do that if you want to.
That I guess, brother, we can comment. But one thing I would definitely want is that, you know how in Google you can edit any, like I don't have to go to the base event and edit it. I should be able to edit the event from anywhere. That would be nice. I think that would be. It seems like
if you want, we can do that. Yeah, if you want, we can do that. But you need to a little bit define the business logic. You need to define the business logic a little bit for us to understand. Like okay. So this is an actually generated time slot. So I can let him edit. It's not a process. Like right now we have disabled it. We have disabled it intentionally. We can let the pop up over here, come over here. We can, if the user clicks, we can pop up the same screen, and then allow the editing. We can allow, actually, it's not a problem. But if we can able to get the business logic clearly from you guys, like what should happen. So you need to understand how we have done it. We have done it in a way that generated time slots we are showing, because it is important for us to show the students who are enrolled. That is why we are showing this generated time slots. It's also for the teacher to know at any given month or week, she, when she's available, when she is not available. It is for them to view. That is why they're showing the generated time slots. And we also kept the original data which they have created, which the schedule which they have created, we have kept it. This is how we have done it. But if you want us to give us the ability to modify at any point, we can do that. It's not hard at all for us. We can allow that.
Brother Tanveer, I think we should sit between ourselves and hash out the business logic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's what we want. We don't want to guess from our own and end up at the wrong thing. So if you can able to guide us a little bit, we'll do it, inshallah.
So I think it's partially my fault, because what happened is I seem to be unable to some email discussions about it, and then we had some discussions over the phone. I remember we talked on WhatsApp about it, but we really didn't write it down. I think that was part of the problem. So partly my fault, obviously, or mostly my fault, that I didn't probably submit it or make it clear.
But we'll figure it out now. That's fine. We'll figure it out.
So, Akhi, tomorrow I'm going to Hussam. I'm going to work on it tonight, and then I will share it with you, and then you can review it tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we can get on a quick call, and then we can send it out. And then if you're meeting, Wednesday night, so tomorrow night you're probably meeting the developer anyway.
No, I'm meeting them our Wednesday night. So tomorrow night, inshallah, I'm open.
So then Wednesday night, maybe we can just add that to the agenda, inshallah. And then
okay, inshallah, we can. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah, that works for me.
So, Akhi Abdul Ahad, inshallah, so what I will work on the business requirements, inshallah, tonight.
Okay.
And tomorrow. Okay. And then I'll get that over to Hussam tomorrow night, and we'll discuss tomorrow night. And basically, I guess the gap here happened because we were thinking Google Calendar functionality.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
We're so used to Google Calendar, so we thought
I understand.
some of those would be implied, you know.
Okay.
However, we didn't really write them down or communicate effectively. So I think that gap is. So inshallah, I will go ahead and work on it tonight and tomorrow to make sure we have as much of clarity on this as possible, and then
sure.
Inshallah, we can have a discussion Wednesday night.
Sure, inshallah. Yeah, actually, while we are showing this, I just want to also show you, mainly Brother Hussam may have not seen it. We also have the ability to drag and drop. See, now I want to move this 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. schedule if I want to. I want to move it to, let's say, to Wednesday, just in case I want to. I just click drag and drop. So the only thing, I think it's not refreshing, I think. It's not refreshing, but I know that it has changed already. On the back end, it's already changed. If I go and just change the tab and come back, it would have refreshed the data now. Yeah, now it will refresh for sure. Yeah, but what I just want to show you this drag and drop, how we are doing it. December and January. Yeah, now we can see now. Yeah, now you can see now. See this 2 to 6 p.m. What happened? I've actually pushed it from Monday to Wednesday. You saw, right? So now it has automatically carried over, and the previous slots, since previous slot, the Monday, it is continuing from the December. It's continuing from the December onwards, whatever was in the December. So since I have moved it, so on the Monday, it is continuing with what was there, what the previous schedule was dictating it to. It was doing it based on the uh, previous definition, and now since I moved it from Monday to Wednesday, so it is showing the Wednesday is now set. It's just showing you the ability to drag and drop, but we are not
Okay.
refreshing it. So let me take a note on that. It should refresh live, otherwise you get confused, I think.
This is pretty good. Looks good.
Okay.
Okay.
So alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair. I think identified a major gap in.
No, okay, fine. Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah, we will address it. I'm going to work on it tonight, tomorrow, and then I'll send it over, inshallah. After I discuss with Hussam tomorrow night, inshallah, we'll send it over.
Okay, please. Yeah, go ahead. Inshallah.
So that, yeah, I think the gap was found.
No issue, brother. No issue.
I don't want to
Inshallah,
blame
you can let us know.
it because, I can't really blame you or say you're responsible for something I didn't clarify properly, right? So, inshallah, we'll rectify that. And I wanted, since you both are here, I wanted to talk about quickly, if it's okay, in terms of what's coming up. So,
Yeah, please.
coming up in terms of the MVP, we need to do the student and the teacher resources. So I brought up the discussion about the editor.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Or something editor, right? And so that is something we need to determine soon as to what we're going to use, because how I do the UI piece depends on whether we're doing something custom or we're bringing something existing, for example. But I wanted to kind of give you a brief understanding. So when you go to create a blog post, for example, online, whether it's WordPress or something else, typically what happens is you can edit the page title, you can edit the URL it's going to be. For example, we're not too concerned about URL. Actually, URL is also necessary because we want it to be linkable to the student notes and all that stuff anyway. And then we want to be able to categorize, like, in WordPress, you can tag, also you can like put categories. So let's say you can have travel, religion, blah, 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 different categories. And then you also have tags, right? So you can have tag words associated with each post. For example, a tag word could be the rule regarding raw, for example, or could be things related to makharij, so that when a student is searching, and the idea is for the student to search, and then with the tags, and the content becomes searchable, and it's easy for the student to search, also for the teacher as well, because the search function is kind of something we want to establish, and to be able to publish to a specific audience. So we have content from the admin perspective. We have content that will be exclusive to teachers. We have content that will be exclusive to students, and students of different courses, for example, would have different content exclusive to them. Right? So those are some of the functions that are there in terms of the resources section that is going to come up soon. So that's why I wanted to understand you guys have suggestions how to best approach it.
Hello, I'm not able.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm not able to listen to you properly. Last 2 minutes, this was a little bit breaking.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah, please continue.
It's essentially like a CMS, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if you prefer to make something from scratch, or you prefer to use something that's existing and then you can maybe work around it. I don't know what.
Yeah. We had this Frola link I sent it to you guys. We had the Frola since we're using Angular. If you're using Angular supports or Angular comes with a component called Frola, which I already forwarded the link to you guys. Looks like it can do rich editing. It's called rich editing. It can do like you can embed images, links, and all that styling you can do, like how you do in the WordPress. Almost how you can do in WordPress. You can do all kind of styling for the text. You can do whatever you want to do. Alignment and fonts, bold, coloring. Images, links, all that you can do. So we can show you a demo actually if you want. Give us a day or two. We can show you a demo also. Small demo of how the Frola can work within our application. You can show you a demo. And having the tags is not an issue. Like you said, you wanted to have this, like you said, this hierarchy of tags or something, whatever that links or whatever that you wanted to do. I saw your document a little bit. I reviewed it. Yeah, that we can do it on our own. I mean that we cannot do with Frola. We can do it on our own, and we can use Frola only for the text editing. Only for the text editing, styling the text. We can use Frola.
So the thing is, we need the ability for the admin to create the hierarchy and the categories and the subcategories, and then be able to edit.
Those we will give you. Those we will give it to you on our own. Yeah, that's.
They can't be hard coded. They have to be, like how for the.
I know. It will be dynamic. It will be dynamic, right? That's what he's saying, right? It will be dynamic. Whatever nesting he wants, whatever root, parent, child, whatever he wants, he will do it. That's what you're saying. Yeah, that can be done. That can be, of course, it can be done dynamically.
Okay.
Yeah, we will give you that interface. We'll give it to you. That interface will give it to you. And for the text editing, what we are recommending is Frola.
Okay.
Using Angular comes with this component, which is almost like it has the WordPress abilities for doing the text editing.
Yeah. So I checked Frola. Frola looks good. I wasn't sure about the other part.
And the other part, we are going to do it. The other part, we are going to do it. The other part, it doesn't support. I know that. The other part, what you wanted, this it will not support. We need to do it. Yeah, we will do it for you.
Okay, so I will then go and work in the coming week. I will work on an editor that includes Frola and the nesting parts.
Yes, please. Yeah, sure.
Right, I can give you a sample UI, and then inshallah we can try to replicate it, right?
And how far the nesting you're looking at? Can I know actually how far the nesting will be? Like 2 level, 3 level, 4 level?
They are basically, so let me see how many levels.
Because of based on that, we can take a tree control. There are tree controls available in Angular.
You're looking at 3 to 4 items in there.
Yeah, 3 to 4 items. That's good. That's good. No problem. Yeah, 3 to 4, no issue. Yeah. So we can use some tree controls they have. We can use that to do that, inshallah. Yes.
Yeah, at 3 to 4, and then So, but there will be multiple of 3 to 4.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I understand.
For example, on the 4th item, for example, there will be 20 of those. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, so for example, I'll give you an example. So first item on the tree is Tajweed. Then Tajweed, let's say 10 levels. Okay.
Yeah.
And what happens is, so levels are the second part of the tree, right? And then each level has, let's say, 20 lessons. Okay. So that's the 3rd level of the tree. Does that make sense? So in each level, in each part of the nesting, there could be multiple items.
Yeah, fine with us. Fine. Each level multiple items is fine. Yeah, of course. Multiple items. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, each level multiple items. That's something.
So multiple items. Each of those items is like an article of its own. Article of its own, and then that is connected. So the reason why the nesting is important is also because when a teacher finishes a class, inshallah, once we integrate the classroom, the teacher will select from the nest the categories and the subcategories and all of those, what lesson and what did we teach today. So the content, the lesson, everything, right? And the teacher utilizes the same categorization and same division and same nesting to indicate where the student is. And then that gets the same.
That's the next question. That's the next question I had from you. So once after the admin has created this data, how this data will be visual? How this data will be visually presented? That's the next question I have.
Yeah. So there are two outcomes of this. One is for the teacher, another one is for the student, right? So the student-facing interface will be fed through the student interface that's in design right now, right? We have the schedule and everything. For the teacher-facing interface, will be within the Medtronic template, or Medtronic look and feel.
Okay.
Right? But again, remember the content will be based and created based on course. Actually, so you can say 4 levels because it's course and then category of the content and then subcategory and then subcategory. So you can say 4 levels, right?
So basically these nested levels will become drop downs, right? Will become drop downs, and based on the drop down selection, whatever the end document, what are the final leaf document will be shown over here, right? In the view page. That's what you're saying, right? On the view area, the leaf, the last final leaf will be shown here, right?
Yes.
Okay,
However,
fine, very good.
the important piece is the categorization, the way the admin creates them, and the
Yeah.
it needs to be going back to the database and registering
Yeah,
the
of course.
database. It can't be just published as a text. Why? Because the teacher will be using the same categorization and same tree or nesting to indicate where the student is, and then later on when you create the progress tracker, and the progress tracker goes into mathematical calculation of where the student is at this point, and then shows 20% progress, 30% progress, like that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. Actually, this nested levels itself, yes, you're right. These nested levels you're talking about, which admin will create, yes, we can keep it in the database. But probably the leaf document, probably we will not keep it in the database. Probably we will keep it in this Tanzil docs folder I showed you. It will be kept in the file system. And the Froala, one thing I noted with the Froala, the images, I want to ask you actually if it's okay with you or not. One thing, one question I had from a front-end developer when I told him to look into Froala is, first question I asked him is, check where it is keeping the images. When we upload an image, when we embed an image, where it is keeping it. Basically, the Froala is putting it in the cloud storage. Froala has its own cloud storage. So it is putting the image physically in its server and putting the link over here, the linking. So that if that is okay with you or not, I need to check with you. And second thing, I need to see what is the limitation, what is the storage limitation. If it is keeping in the server, cloud storage, whatever, is there is a limitation on the free storage that I need to check. So first of all, I want to know it's okay with you. And again, your images might end up in the Froala server. That may or may not be okay for you. I don't know.
Yeah, so we don't anticipate too many, but when you're teaching, you need to present images to the student about Muhammad and different things, right? So there are some things, and then so there'll be that. We do need that function to be able to put in images, and also
I think that should be okay. I mean, right? That should be okay even if it is storing in its storage and it's in the server, it should be okay because it's all like a dawa. It's all Arabic. It's not like very sensitive privacy documents or anything.
It's not.
Okay, very good. No issue.
Froala, like one thing I didn't notice about Froala is tables. Tables are also important for us. I didn't see tables.
But table should be there in my opinion. Should be there. Table should. I will also go and check. I will check that also. So I will check that myself. Inshallah, I will take a look. Probably should be there. Let me check it. Yeah, yes. They're giving a lot of examples. The page I sent you, it has a lot of demo links actually. Yeah, I did not went through all the demo myself, but I quickly looked at it and gave the task to them.
I see tables. That's fine.
It's there. Okay, fine. Okay.
So I think we will want to test out Froala with some Arabic characters and things like that.
Okay.
Works fine, and then I'm okay. Inshallah.
Yeah, like I said, on the Froala, we can also show you a demo a little bit. Just without putting in our application, we can show a separate demo. So that you can also just see what's going to come and then comment on it without we going into the entire development cycle. You can comment on it if it's acceptable to you or not. So if it is not acceptable, then we can change the framework to something else, if in case. Okay, inshallah.
Okay, so inshallah, Akhi, I wanted to ask you about the billing statement part.
Sorry, say again. Yeah, billing statement. Yeah, billing statement. Yes, tell me.
So do you have any questions for that? And then I remember there was some discussion on Jira. Let me try to pull it
Yeah,
up.
billing statement. Let me see. I should go and okay, Jira, right? It's in the Jira. Is it?
Yes.
Let me go and open that. I
Okay.
think we have implemented already. Already is already done. From our task is already done. We have not installed it on your server, but it's that we have implemented it already.
Okay. By the way, I think you talked about JasperSoft. JasperSoft is not free though, right?
Sorry, say again.
JasperSoft.
Just start. Say again. What's the question?
You mentioned about
Yeah,
JasperSoft
yeah, 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 yeah. Tell me.
for
Jasper.
reporting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Report Jasper. Yeah.
But it's not free though, right?
No,
JasperSoft is
it is free. It has two versions. One is the community edition. Community edition is free. Community edition. It also has a paid version. Also, it has a community version, and you can see the differences between that, and that differences should not matter for us. The differences between the community and the paid
okay.
one, those differences should not matter for us. So to answer your question, yes, it is free. But you can take a look at if you want. I can send you the link separately. The difference between
No,
the
no,
community and the paid one.
I'll check it out. But can you check out Google Charts and see if
Google chart, actually, I did not check myself, but actually, I told the developer to check. He was saying it was not for reporting. This is his comments.
it's not for reporting.
I need to go and check. I need to go and check myself. But what he told me is it's not for reporting. It's only for charting. He said.
It's for visualization. Yeah.
He told me that, but I did not double verify. I got double verified, but I did not double verify this time.
So basically, there are some questions about the business rules, billing statement, right?
Yeah.
Guys, before you continue, I have a hard deadline at 11. So do you want me to be part of this video, or do you do?
Hussam, you can go, inshallah. We'll just review this.
Okay, inshallah. All right, thank you, brother. I'll see you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow, inshallah.
Yes,
I'll talk to you on different tomorrow, inshallah.
Brother Hussam, whatever the timing with the developer, just send me an email on the timing. So because I need to also make him available because he's not with me, right? Where at the time of the Fajr time, he will be in his house. So I
Okay,
need to
sure.
schedule that with him correctly. Because for me, it's not an issue. Whenever you guys want to initiate a meeting, for me, it's not an issue. But I need to bring someone else. So you just need to email me the exact time when you're going to come, so I can align him for that meeting.
Okay, we'll try to keep it at a time that's convenient for you, inshallah. But
Yeah, whatever time good for you. Basically, I already told you after Fajr for us is okay. After our Fajr is
Okay,
like
inshallah.
5:30 it will be done. Our Fajr 5:30, 5:40 it will be done. So after 5:30, 5:40 our Fajr, our aim. So basically 6 a.m. afterwards, you can say 6 a.m. after 6 a.m. we are fine. After
Sounds
6
good,
a.m.
brother. Sounds good, inshallah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care, guys. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, so I will go through the. Let me go through the business rules, right? Can you open the link?
Yeah. Okay. Let me open that link. Yes. 1 minute. Give me a minute. This is the one I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me what to do. You want to scroll down.
So we'll go to the last page where the second last page where the business rule.
Downsizing the class. Yeah. Business rules. Yeah. Fine. Yes. Yeah. No, I recall. Yeah. Fine. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go with this. Yes.
Okay.
Let's go on by
So
one.
number one,
Yeah.
the system automatically charges student at the beginning of every month. I mean, this is repetition, right? So it's nothing new. I just wrote it. It's just repetition, so you can ignore
Okay.
it.
Fine.
So the record is dynamic. It reflects changes made within a billing month or cycle. So what that basically means is, if in the middle of the month the student, let's say, downsizes the class number of classes or upsizes the number of classes,
Okay.
the billing statement, so basically it reflects that change. So to kind of give you an example, it's like, your credit card statement. Think about it like a credit card statement. Have a
Okay.
credit card. If you have a credit card, every month you get a statement showing the state, this, this is the period for which there's the transaction. This is how much you spent. This is when you paid a bill. This is when you shopped here. All those details are there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that in that manner. That we want, if the student changed classes in the middle of the month, this basically keeps a record and the statement saying, okay, on the 15th of this month, for example, the number of classes was reduced from 3 to 2, for example.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and that has an implication as well on the billing for the next month.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that's what that means. And then it will manual adjustment times
Okay.
if there is any such activity, and is dynamic. Updates as
Okay.
changes, for example, activities, admin processes manual refund in the middle of the month. So this is another. So sometimes what happens is, let's say, a student could be charged twice, or let's say
Yeah.
the student can't increase the number of classes. However, we have to go and downsize the student ourselves, right? And then what happens is that the student wants some money back because it's prepaid. They have paid for, let's say,
Right.
4 classes a week. Now they want only 3 classes. So now the admin needs to go issue refund, right?
Right.
So when admin issues refunds, basically, let's say in the halfway through the month, then the billing statement should also say that refund processed for blah 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 downsizing. It says scholarship awarded after subscription. Sometimes what happens is the person could say, first of the month, they say, okay, you know what, I'm going to pay, and then they apply for a scholarship, and then let's say they're approved of the scholarship, and then what we have to do is we have to go and process some kind of refund to the student for the scholarship.
Right.
Sometimes what happens is students could be receiving a gift code.
Yeah.
So then we could go and basically apply the gift code, and all these changes obviously, are not done yet because the billing part of that is not done yet, and it's not.
Right. 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 I know. That. Yeah.
So that's why, but I noted them here, so that's like we kind of understand that this
So,
is
okay. Let me give a comment real quick, real quick, if you don't mind. If you don't mind to interrupt you. So basically, that I don't know how to say it, but this monthly statement is basically getting generated, or getting generated based on the data available on the database. So
yes,
all the data available on the database, basically that is basically subjected to all the business logic, which you
yes,
have mentioned over here. So basically, when the student comes, sorry, when the admin comes to this functionality in the admin to come and print a monthly statement, at that time all the business logic should have already performed.
yes,
So he's just clicking it. He's actually printing the report based on the data from the database. So that is what I was asking you in the question initially. Why? What is the relevance of this business logic for this monthly statement? So basically, these business logic you put here can be considered like the testing scenarios. Testing scenarios. Okay, go and check what is the effect of the monthly statement when we receive a gift code. Go and check what is the effect on the monthly statement when we get a refund in the middle of the month. So that this can also be this all can be very good testing scenarios basically to me.
yes, yes,
This basically what I want to say is this business logic should be recorded in those appropriate functions. For example, in the refund
yes. They will,
functionality, when you're going to talk about the refund or the
yes,
scholarship or the gift code, you need to talk about that, right?
agreed. They will be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. Inshallah, please continue.
So we put them here because this is like the final piece that happens.
Yeah. Yes,
Now,
correct. You're right. You're right.
some of these are not going to be there at the MVP stage, right? For example,
Okay.
we don't have a gift code, we don't have a
Gift code, yes.
scholarship.
Yeah,
Those are
scholarship.
not
Yeah.
products that we're building now, right?
Yeah.
But for example, refunds, it's something that's going to be there. For
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. Right.
So some of these are relevant and some of these are for the future, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
then
No problem.
number 4, for example, system should automatically adjust credits in cases of increase or decreased number of classes. So the changes should automatically reflect on the system. Changes made by the student should be recorded on the student activity log. So this may be not exactly relevant to that, but then the idea is this, the billing statement would reflect if a student increase the number of classes or decrease the number of classes, and then it records it, and then at the end of the month, a student, if they want to see it, they see it, right?
Right.
And then it says student number 5, system should not bill student anything if the student changes just the timing of his or her class within the time frame. So now what happens is, in this case, if a student, let's say I have class Tuesday at 1 p.m. Now I change the class from Tuesday 1 p.m. to Wednesday at 2 p.m. What would happen is the statement, the monthly statement would reflect that October 15 or 20, I changed my class from 15, sorry, Tuesday 1 p.m. to Wednesday 2 p.m. However, in terms of the billing, there is no effect. There is no net effect on billing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, right. Yeah.
Right. And then downsizing classes is basically, so again, it's not exactly related, but essentially when it happens, system calculates the difference Tanzil owes, and then the student has an option, for example, to donate the amount or request refund or receive credit towards next month. So when a student downsizes class, we will give them the option, inshallah, to basically decide what they want to do, because we owe them money at that point. Because it's a paid system, student already paid. Let's say if I paid for 3 classes a week for the month, and then I want to reduce it to 2 classes, so that means I already paid for 3 classes for the entire month. Now, we operate on a fair policy, so that if we have your money, it's your money, and it's something you're entitled to. We're not giving you class for it. If you want the money, we have to give the money back to you, right? So,
Right.
so that's the thing. So the system would reflect, basically say, okay, number of classes change from, let's say, 3 to 2, and then it may, for example, indicate that, on this date, so for example, on class changed from, let's say, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Thursday to Wednesday and Tuesday only, for example, like that, right? The idea is the system records the change and then puts it in this format so that the student can kind of digest or consume that data, right? So this is basically like an outcome of all the logs that happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Upside,
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
when a student goes, increases the number of classes, for example, so then on the student side, what will happen is on the dashboard, student will be asked to make the payment for the extra amount. And then the system for the next month changes, obviously, how much the student is going to charge the student, right? But on the statement, it shows that the student added 2 classes on October 20th, for example, 2 extra classes per week. And then that is extra $10 per week, for example. And then there's a net amount calculated for that. And number 8, system should create record of each month, and each month changes in a month that results in the billing changes. System should keep a record at the bottom of the billing records page for the month. Okay. Yeah. So we said rate processed, hours, rate total, tax of total, payment status. Yes. And then number 9, student activity log. So this
Tell
will,
me. Yes, please tell me.
yeah. So this is basically like a summary of what I was just
Okay.
saying.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Fine. Very good. Alhamdulillah.
The
Fantastic.
activity logs are done, but the UI here is basically essentially a way for student to consume the data and get a statement every month that, what, this is what happened, and this is how much I was charged. this month. These are the changes that happened. This is the tax, for example, and if there is no tax owing, there is no tax, like that, and that's what that is.
Okay, very good. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
So let's keep this in mind, all the business logic, inshallah. We will test it out whenever those functionalities are available or implemented. And we will check if these are getting affected properly on the monthly statement. Inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, Jazak.
Okay, brother.
If you have
What else? Okay, we're done, right?
Otherwise, you go have breakfast. Sorry for
Yes. I'm fine. I'm fine. Yes, yes, Alhamdulillah. Yes, I'm fine. I don't have any other question, inshallah.
all right.
If you are okay, we can stop it here now.
Okay, yes.
We'll continue the next meeting. Okay, Jazakallah. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.